We want to solve question number 8, which is a graph work, and you have to graph this quadratic function, right? So the quadratic function is given as y equals x squared minus 5x minus 2, and with this table you fill the missing values, then you use it to plot. All right, and then we have the sub questions here. So we have to use 2 cm to 1 unit on the x-axis and 2 cm to 2 units on the y-axis. Okay, so let's see how best we can graph this. So let's go to a new sheet so that we can graph this. Okay, so we go to the function, the graph editor, it's loading, then we make some changes to our graph. So the x interval is from -1 to +6, and so let's give the y interval -12 to +12, and then we give it step to be 2, and then this one should have what, 1 step. So that these are the axes that we have. So let's plot our graph. So our function is y equals x squared minus 5x minus 2. All right, so manually you input the values for x to get that of corresponding values of what, of y. So this is basically our graph. So we are going to load this graph to work. Okay, after plotting, if you do that, you take the x values -1, input it into the function, and then you get the corresponding y values to form the coordinates xy. So you do it for all and you get this. So after graphing, let's load our graph. So our graph is loading. So this is our graph. Let's make it bigger so that we can see things clearly. All right, okay, I think this is okay. So this is our graph. So let's find the questions. All right, so we have this. So the first question says that from the graph, find the equation of the axis of symmetry. The axis of what? Symmetry. So basically the equation of the axis of symmetry divides the graph into 2 equal parts. So where we divide the graph into 2 equal parts is this point, which is this one. That is where it is dividing the graph into 2 equal parts. So you read it from the x-axis, and that point, this point is what? Okay, that is 2.5. So the equation of the axis of symmetry is x equals 2.5, or manually you can use x equals -b over 2a to find that. You also get the same 2.5. Okay, the second part says that find a turning point of y. So the turning point of y is this side. This is where y reaches and then begins to turn and rise upwards. So this is falling part of y up to this point, the minimum, and then rise. So if you want to find a turning point, it is this one, and the point is made up of x and y ordinates. Okay, so our turning point is this, will be here. So the turning point is this one. So we have to rate the x and y values. So let's read the y values there. So when you trace y, you get y to be this. So let's trace y. Let's put sorry, let me get this right. So y, okay, so below it Go. So let's shift. Okay, so below it we have this too. Okay. All right. Oh, this is giving me a problem. Okay. Okay. So when you trace this point from y, okay, this is minus 8 point something, so that will be minus 8.25. If you read it well, don't forget that we are using two units on the y-axis, right? So this gives us minus 8.25. so this is minus 8, this side is minus 8.25. okay, so the minimum value is minus 8.25, the minimum value. This side is the minimum of the curve, so the value is the y, so the value is what? Minus 8.25. so minimum value is minus 8.25. that's the minimum value. The third one says what, or the fourth one is asking for the turning points. So the turning point is made up of x and y. So I told you that this is the turning point. Okay, so this is the turning point. So we look for x and y value. So the turning point will be, the x there is 2.5 and the y is minus 8.25. so that's the turning point. So this is the turning point of this graph. Okay. All right, so let's go. So let's go to the truth set of y. We want to find the truth set of y. So the truth set is where the graph is what is cutting the x-axis. So this is the point where the graph is cutting the x-axis. So you read the x values there. So that would be negative 0.25, because half of this will be 0.5. So negative 0.35. So you have here will be x will be negative 0.35, and here is going to be 5.123 all right, so 1 2, so 5.2, so some 5.3. so here x will be equal to 5.3. okay, so the truth set will be giving us x is such that x equals negative 0.35 or 5.3. so this is the truth set. Okay, let's find the range of values of x for which y decreases as x increases. So this is the falling part of the curve up to this point. Okay, this is the falling part. So we are interested in the part where the graph is what is falling or decreasing as x is what increase. So as it is falling, you can see that x is moving this way, so it is increasing. So the falling part is from here up to this point. So ours is to trace the x value. So when you trace the x value, it will be from -1 up to this point. So -1 up to this point. What is this point? This point is 2.5, which is coming from the equation of the axis of symmetry. So -1 to this point. So it will be -1 is less than or equal to x less than what? 2.5. Now the turning point is not parts, so that is why it is strictly less than here, less than 2.5. so that is the range. So the range is -1 less than or equal to x less than 2.5. Let's go to the final part, which is the range of values of x for which y increases as x increases. So y is increasing from here. So this part of the graph is showing that the y is what? Increasing. So it starts from here, the turning point, and then it is moving up. So when you trace that along the x-axis, it is from this point, the 2.5, up to the 6. Okay, so this is from 2.5 up to the 6. So that trace set will be the turning point, which is 2.5 is less than, the turning point is not pi, so less than x, and s is less than or equal to 6. So that's the range of values of s for which y increases as x increases. Thank you for watching.